Good evening. Welcome to Duke's United show. Just stop there. Oh, Duke's United show. Man United have won the game 1-0 away at R.Betis. I'm thinking Sevilla all the time. I'm thinking Sevilla. United have scored 1-0. Rashford with an absolute screamer as well to top it off and to calm the nerves in a very nervy game, which could have ended up a very different scoreline in the first half. Good job we ended up keeping a clean sheet. It was a miracle for me that we kept a clean sheet in that game because the way we were playing first half is like a basketball match, mate. Garf, how did you see the game?
Yeah, end to end, like you're saying, mate, that first half. It's another one of them games, very similar to the Leicester game. We won 3-0 on paper, but Leicester could have been 2-0 up inside 20 minutes. Same with Betis again, didn't take their chances, so we sealed the deal. Once we scored that goal, Rashford, lovely strike, we'll get into it, we talk about him, it was over. Like I haven't seen a team deflate like that in a long time. Like Betis were just done. They were done off. Like that's it, half hour, let's call it now. Like it's over. But again, we're still I was just watching the first half of the Arsenal game, Sporting game, and Arsenal, like you can tell they've got that 2 extra years under their gaffer. They're just a unit. They're a cohesive unit. United still ain't quite there. We're getting the job done, though, and another solid win. So, it's not an easy place to go. Get a clean sheet and a win, mate. So,
yeah, in the end, on paper, it looks great. But in the end, when you think about it, you know, exactly what you said there, it just shows that we're a few years behind what we really want and what Ten Hag really wants to implement into Man United. You can see that we're not controlling games as we should. We're not really holding, keeping the ball under pressure as much as we should. And until we get those other players in, that would the second window, for example, that's when I think we'll start seeing United coming together a bit better. And again, De Gea kind of with his feet, you can see the weaknesses with his feet. It is causing a bit of trouble to be able to get out of that press, especially if we're going to keep trying to play that, if you get what I mean. So that was a bit of a difficult one. But yeah, in the end, look, a nice, comfortable victory. We're through to the next round, but I don't want a roller coaster of like a tournament. I don't want the roller coaster. It's too much. I was up and down. I was like, oh my gosh, we're definitely going to concede today. Oh no. Yes, we scored. Yes. It was a mad one. But
yeah. I was just going to say, I think it was a decent game. The moment they didn't score inside the first 30 minutes, it was pretty much over for them. But fair play to Betis. But I'm all for it. I love the excitement, mate. Yes, I'm ready for the roller coaster. I want Arsenal before the final. That's what I want. I want to take them out before. Yeah, man. I'm going to
ask you that as well a bit later. But
we'll get into that a bit later then. Yeah.
You know who you want in the next round, even if it's not the semis. The quarters are next, and we need to obviously play someone. I had a thought about trying to hopefully Pogba being fit so we can destroy him at Juve. But first half, me giving a little bit of a kind of my take on how things went. I looked at the starting lineup. I thought, okay, let's see how we get on. I was a little bit worried. I'm not going to lie that Maguire was in the side, just for the fact that from what happened in the first half, they got through one-on-one, quick and easy through the back. One time, he also let a player run across him, and Martinez had to try and get there, but he couldn't. And then he turned around and had a little scream at Maguire saying, why are you not following him in? Follow him in once he's going across, you got to follow him. And we looked a bit open. We looked like we was going to concede. And but then obviously in the end, we didn't concede and it was all good. So I was happy with that in the end. But man, it was a roller coaster first half. It was just end-to-end stuff, and I was thinking, where is everybody? How comes our boys like Casemiro and everyone can't like calm the game down? Let's try and calm this game down, and it didn't really happen. And then I felt, okay, we got into halftime. We didn't concede in that last minute towards the halftime as well. They hit the post with Joaquin as well, and I was thinking, right, finally we're at halftime. And didn't tell me this, Garf. Were you surprised that Casemiro stayed on the whole game?
Nath, mate, I was surprised that he started with a 4-1 lead over Betis. I understand why, but I could have easily to come back even at home from a 3-goal deficit is hard work. You know what I mean? So I was surprised surprised to see him start well surprised he weren't off at half time though, mate. You know what I mean? Like, but like, I just didn't understand. It gets on. It was the full 90 in the end he stayed on for? It was late into it if it wasn't, weren't it? It was the full 90, weren't it? So yeah, a weird decision, but I mean it's paid dividends. I suppose he's got no game now. I didn't realise it was a 4-game ban. And I thought it was a 3-game ban. A 4-game ban. Come on now.
Yeah, he's gone for a little while. But look.
Surprised. But listen, Ten Hag again. I'll come back to it. To go there, I forget the name of their stadium, but to go there, clean sheet and a win. You can tell how much it's improved for us because last season we would have been ecstatic about it. This season we're like could have lost, you know what I mean, nitpicking almost. But yeah, great game in the end, I thought. So
yeah, well look, Casemiro, he started. I knew it had to start because we don't want to have like nothing in the middle there to kind of shore the game up. And look, the game could have been 2-0 after 20 minutes to them. So it's a good job he was there and was involved. Otherwise, we probably would have seen a different game. It would have been like, I felt a little bit shades of the Leeds game, both Leeds games actually, where we couldn't get control of the game because then. So imagine without Casemiro, we would have had even less control of that game, and they definitely would have scored. So first half out the way, Casemiro still on the field, and I'm thinking, listen, if he gets a yellow, he's out for that as well. And if Bruno gets a yellow, he's out for that. So they got Bruno off. And then I was thinking, right, please don't make the same mistake. And it turns out that he done his job again, Mr. Eric.
Well.
So yeah, he's done okay. And look, we're through. We're through. And it's one of them games where you just want to see out the 90 minutes, don't you? You don't really want to have it too eventful.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Rashford comes and nerves with what a goal he scores.
Oh,
should have scored before that, by the way, right, Garf?
100%. It should. He was, mate. That's what I said in the group. He hit that ball angry because he knew he should have had a goal already. So he hit that ball.
2 goals.
So was it 2? One definitely just before it. That was
when he tried to slot it, and then the one where he banged it over because it had a little bounce.
Yeah. He banged it over once. What I'm thinking of, but he hit that like a dream, mate, like an absolute dream. So I'm happy. But bring on whatever next round. It's got FA Cup at the weekend. Still, I mean, we're not fighting in the Premier League, obviously. After a draw against Southampton, that's done. Then
that's it. That's goodbye. That's good night.
Yeah, but still fighting, like properly fighting in another 2 cups. Like Europa League, it's a realistic goal to win this competition at the end of the season, and I think it's a realistic goal to win the FA Cup now as well. I think
and to be third, though, don't forget we want to be third. We don't want to be
fourth. Third. And third.
At least third. So obviously not at least, but I think that should be what we're aiming for now. If we can get third and win the FA Cup, League Cup, and Europa, that's a nice season. I'm happy with that.
Let me ask you this though: we get third and only win the League Cup. Is that still a semi-successful season for you, or is that a disappointment?
Yeah, not a problem. It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm happy with
first season. I'm happy with 1 cup and third place.
Third, Champions League. I'm happy. I'm very happy with that.
No, you can't go
much more than that. No. So I'm happy, mate. I'm happy. And look, Sancho comes on. Didn't really do much again. I want to see him really start firing now. I know you probably won't see the best of him too. You see a Martial playing with him as well, or a new striker who comes in who has the pace as well. And that's where you're probably going to see the link-up play better, everyone running off each other, and then you're probably going to see the best of Anthony as well. So yeah, you're probably going to see that. So I guess I'm just going to wait till that happens. I want to see Sabitzer as well. Go on.
Yeah, I think the difference for me is what I want to see is I want to see Ten Hag give Sancho the sort of run that Anthony's had, which is starting week in, like lots of minutes, not just not you've got to impress every 30 minutes you're given. You've impressed, otherwise you're not getting picked next week. I want to see if he has a bad game, him still in the starting lineup next week. Sancho's 100%. Prime. He's ready. He's ready to explode. He 100% is, but he needs minutes on the pitch and consistent minutes on the pitch as well.
Yeah, he definitely does. And you're totally right. Exactly what I've been thinking, and exactly what should happen for him. And I hope that he coincides it with Martial playing, because I'm sure it will give Sancho the best chance to be the Sancho we know anyway. So let's get straight in to the player ratings anyway, because it's a bit of a weird one, this one. But look, let's start with De Gea. What did you give De Gea today?
7, solid save, clean sheet, pulled out that lovely point blank header, great save again. So it's a high 7, not quite an 8 because they missed more than he saved. Is I think the way to say it, isn't it? You know what I mean? But yeah, it's a 7 for me. Solid game.
I'll give him a 7 as well. I agree.
Yeah.
Because of that save, he gets a 7.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Wan-Bissaka. What are you giving Wan-Bissaka?
And again, it's a high 7. Solid game from Wan-Bissaka. I still think he's good going forward. Dalot is better. What Dalot brings is a speed of moving to his winger that allows the winger to do something a little bit more. But Wan-Bissaka's the better right back. No two ways about it. And another solid game from him. 7. Another lovely, you see, bending his legs somehow against the laws of physics around that game. As the attacker's legs to get the ball away. So yes, a 7. Solid game.
I just love when he does that. He continues to do that. That's what I like him for so much, that you one-on-one with the guy who used to play at Leicester. He comes on with him. I'm like, what are you doing? Did you realize who he is? Did he turn around and show you his name on the back? You don't get past him one-on-one. So go and sit down and pass the ball to someone else. It's not going to happen. Abiatu Diallo says, hey guys, good to see you, mate. Make sure you put your comments in on the player ratings as well. Aaron Wan-Bissaka gets a 7 from me. Defended very well. Again, not much going forward today. But again, it's Pellistri having his debut, so it's not you're not always going to have Pellistri killing it and then Wan-Bissaka also killing it as well. So yeah, but another win. That's what we're all about.
You know that, mate. You know that.
Another clean sheet as well. So I'm loving that. That's the most important part. What did you give Harry Maguire?
Do you know, this is the first time in a long time, mate. It's a 7 for Harry Maguire as well. It's a low 7. I know he got done a couple of times, but for pace. But that was it for once. Solid in the header in, solid with his passing. So yeah, it's a 1-0 win, clean sheet in Spain. It's a 7, 100% a 7 for him for me.
You know what? You're right. I'm going to give him a 7 as well. Reason being is because he kept a clean sheet in the end. He started off a bit shaky. They did get through a few times, but then after that, there wasn't too many times where I was thinking, "Oh my gosh, Maguire's getting done." And even the first one wasn't his fault.
No,
the problem is he couldn't recover because he's not that player who can recover.
Yeah.
And that's the issue we have with playing a player like him against a pace, some kind of pace. The minute he's got a race back, he's not going to catch you. So
he's not catching you.
That being Varane there, he cut that out. He'll be definitely there to block the shot rather than still running to try and catch the guy. So yeah, Maguire, you get 7 though. Well done. Does well. Martinez.
7 as well. I know it sounds weird. It's a different 7 to Maguire. Maguire, that's like Maguire gets a 7 because that's the best that he could possibly do. Martinez is getting a 7 because he just put in a standard performance. Martinez performance, and it's a clean sheet. So yeah, 7 for him. He's a general in it. His leadership is second to none out there. Yeah. If he was, listen, there's no two ways about it. If he was English, he'd be captain of this club already, like 100%. Like you know what I mean. So as soon as he's got the language down 100. Is an absolute candidate for captain there.
Yeah. Bisa face purple, crying. He's a real fighter. Bissaka or Bissaka?
Oh, it's writing out the emojis. It's writing them out instead of putting them up, mate. Bissa, but he's a real fighter.
Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't even realize that. I was thinking, what's this? What is this cryptic language for me? But yeah, Martinez, he definitely gets a 7. He's just bang on. He's always doing the right things, always trying to do the right things, always leading the team. And he done a great job. He done a great job. And we usually have this pretty similar stats anyway. I'm going with Malacia. I'm going to give him a 7 as well, to be fair. I think he did very well. Really hard working once again. Got up and down the field. Tenacious in the challenge as always. Got out of trouble a few times as well when he got put in it by De Gea passing him the ball with the player right on his back. Cut him out, dropped his shoulder, sent the guy for Tesco's, and then kept moving. So he did a good job. At first, obviously, the first pass that he made, which nearly led to the goal, that was the one mistake, but it didn't lead to a goal in the end. And then he redeemed himself by playing better towards the rest of the game. So I'm giving him a 7. What are you giving him?
Everything you just said, Nathan, is the reason I'm giving him an 8, mate. That's where I was going with it to start with. Honestly, I think he's getting an 8 because it's very hard. The same reason Maguire's getting a 7. It's very hard to be a bit part player and have a performance that's decent. And he played magnificently. So I'm giving the rest of them 7s. He was just a little bit better. So he gets an 8 from me. Because literally, Aaron, you said, he's dropping his shoulder on boys. He's put under pressure. He looked reasonably pressure resistant. Yeah, he made a mistake, but we all do. And that's what I mean about He's cold. He hasn't played many minutes. You know what I mean? So yeah, solid game for him, and he's an 8 defensive man of the match for me. That is
not bad.
Yeah.
Casemiro.
Quiet game. I mean, I'm about to give him a 6, but he got the assist. He got the assist for the goal.
I gave him a 6. You can give him a 7 if you want, but I gave him a 6.
No, it's a 6. No, because by his standards, it was a very average game from him, a very quiet game from him. Didn't take the game on a scruff of the neck like he always does, but still got an assist. But yeah, 6 for me.
Yeah, to be fair, it's one of them games where I was like, "Where's Casemiro? Like, where is he today?" It was a weird one. But again, you can't play without him. Like he still needs to be there. At the best of times, at the worst of times, he's still great for us, for what we need. And but today was just a quiet one for me. Even though he said, okay, great, no problem," but still getting a 6 from me. Still getting a 6.
Yeah, that's one of them assists that it's almost like it's a cheating assist almost. Because he's touched the ball to Rashford. Rashford took a touch and then hit a 25-yard dipping, curling screamer, mate. So I don't know how much work Casemiro put into that assist, but still,
he didn't put much into it. And it was Bruno, the one who laid off them other 2 for the ones that Rashford actually missed, which were much better through balls. So I would have said that. But Fred, what are you giving Freddy Krueger?
He had a quiet game as well, actually. I almost forgot he started. I'm trying to think. He did nothing wrong all game. He didn't do much else all game. It's a 6 as well for Fred for me. 6 for Fred.
He's kind of it's one of them players that that he's a good squad player, done well, works hard, and moves around. But again, it's one of them ones where it's next season we're looking to really strengthen that and get a De Jong in there that can be press resistant and make us that team that can handle the ball and control games the same way we're seeing Arsenal, as you've just said, the same way we see Man City. Them guys are controlling games. We're kind of like, it's a battle and we're having to play a different way to be able to win these games at the moment. And funnily enough, I had a chat with my son's football team coach, and he says, the way Man United are playing at the minute is unsustainable. Like, we've had a good season this year, but if we play the same football next year, then it's not going to happen.
No, well, we're basing it on we're going all off of Rashford scoring, so we can't. We need more. Exactly what you're saying. We need more in that team, mate. We need more in the team. We need people coming in.
Yeah, you know what? Let's go with Let's just go with Mr.
Oh, I mean, God, it's just another game where he did nothing again, isn't it? Like, I know, listen, there's the romantics out there. There's the football romantics out there, and I'm one of them usually, who are like, oh, let's sign him for next year. Like, he could be a good squad player. Absolutely not. He doesn't bring anything to this team that an Ollie Watkins couldn't bring to this team, or Calvin Lewin.
Much more.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
He's a very good player. I like Watkins, by the way.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you could go out and get a £30 million striker like an Ollie Watkins, who will do bits for us and like everything that he does as well. You know what I mean? There's no point getting him. It's a 5 from me for him today. I don't think he did anything. I think he puts in energy, Nath, but like I said, that's a prerequisite to being a Man United player, in my opinion. Is putting in energy on the pitch and getting about
anything.
Table.
So yeah, 5 for me. 5 for me. You're damn right. He gets a 5. He didn't do much at all, and the thing is, we can't give him better ratings than he deserves just because he's kind of limited as a striker. He's limited, and when he plays limited, and the team obviously, and nothing really happens from him, then you can't really give him, too much higher than a 5. He didn't do anything today, to be fair. And he should have scored as well. He should have got a goal. And he scuffed his left foot shot, which was a nice one, bounced up nicely for him. And he also should have got on the end of another one. And then also the ball come over the top for him, and it was like he was waiting for it, and then he just let it go. And it went all the way, and it went off the pitch. I'm like, what are you doing? What's going on here? So that was a bit annoying. But yeah, kind of a bit annoying.
He was annoying. This is why we'll talk about the romantics now. So just quickly, there's a lot of people now who are like they're forgiving these misses. They're forgiving all the bad parts because of the effort he puts in. And listen, them misses are unforgivable. Some of them, the one against today, like the one last week, these are unforgivable misses if you want to be a striker at Man United. And listen, I don't rate Martial anywhere near as high as you do, but Martial's putting these chances away. He's putting them away. So
100%.
Bruno, a decent game for Bruno against a 7 for Bruno though. Solid leadership again, good passing. He's really good at just moving that ball, like holding the ball just an extra second to allow the players to move in transition. Wonderful player. So yeah, 7 for me today. 7.
Yeah, we was asked a question today on the watch along Stretford Paddy. He was like, who would you rather lose, Bruno or Casemiro, from the yellow card? If one of them had to get a yellow, I was like, Bruno. But at the same time, you need Bruno, because without him, he's that guy who finds people all day, all through the game, every game. So although you still need Casemiro more, he's more important to the team, I think, Casemiro. But I think Bruno is just right behind him. Right behind him.
Just, mate. It's neck and neck. Yeah. Neck and neck, mate. What you lose with Bruno is the chance creation that Casemiro doesn't bring. What you lose with Casemiro is mastering that back line. But with Varane and Martinez in there, I think, like, if just answering this question myself now, I think you can afford to lose Casemiro just a little bit more than Bruno if you've got the solid back line there. You can't lose anyone else in that team. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at the moment, with no Eriksen either, it's a different conversation. But with our first starting 11, wonderful. Yeah, wonderful player, mate. Well, you were 7 for you as well, was it, for him?
Yeah, he gets a 7. He done well. I'm going with Palestra. I'm going to tell you what I give him. I give him a 6. I think he was okay. He didn't get on it as much as he could have. Obviously, it's his first game. He was not. He did a few things okay. He made some good decisions, but not a lot came from him. So it was kind of like a slightly quiet game. So that's why I gave him a 6. But I was happy with the way he was playing and the way he tries to play the game. I do like the way he tries to play the game. And I think, like I said, again, he's another player who will benefit from a pacey striker who you can link up with and run past. And they're also on the move very fast.
Yeah.
It makes it difficult for defenders, very, very difficult. And they get isolated. And then you have your Palestri who can one-on-one. He can just get doubled up right at the moment. And then you can keep him quiet. Both sides, that is. That's Rashford and Palestri. But yeah, Palestri gets a 6 from me. What are you giving him?
100%, Nathan, because considering I'm giving like the better players 7s, he wasn't in that echelon of players, bracket of players. But yeah, it's a high 6. I thought he done well for his debut start. Like, he's played a few sub appearances, picked up the ball. He wants the ball to feet. When he takes it, he wants to move with it and take players on. Very exciting. As you know, there's people who watch the show know I've been talking about him for a while. I've been very excited to see him play. And I think he's just another one. This is what I mean. We've got 3 of the best young wingers in European football in him, Garnacho, and Diallo. 100%. All 3 of them are well beaters. So in this game, though, you're entirely right. It's a 6 is fair. It's more than fair, a 6. Didn't do that much. Missed it. Was it him that got through in the first half? It was him, wasn't it? Yeah. But yeah. Anyway,
not sure. Can't remember.
6 is fair.
Rashi, what are you giving Rashi?
This is why I can only give Palestri a 6, because I'm giving Rashford a 7. Yeah, he scored a wonder goal, but it's a 7. Lovely goal. Apart from that, very quiet. We were quiet all game until we scored, and then we picked up a little bit. You know what I mean? So yeah, a 7.
Yeah, I'm giving him a 7 because he had them other 2 chances as well. So he looked dangerous before he got the goal. Then he also got that goal. If he just got that goal and didn't have them other chances, probably would have given him a 6, because I don't think he was having his best games. Even his decision making on the ball is kind of a bit off. So he's kind of come off the boil in terms of his infield gameplay. I think he was looking a lot more dangerous in other games recently. But in this game, it's kind of not really on point with a few things at the minute. So I want him to get back on it, back to levels. But as long as you're scoring while that's happening, I'm happy. So yeah, Rashford gets a 7 from me.
I don't know. Quickly, Nathan, how many times did you play in a 2-legged game? Like, enough? How many times did you actually? I was going to say, because I don't know what it's like coming in knowing that you've got a 3-goal lead before you even kicked off. You know what I mean? It must just bring your performance down a little bit, surely. You know what I mean? Surely.
No, when you play games, you want to win, innit? You want to score your goals. I don't care who I'm playing and what the score is. I want to score again, and I want to score again. I want to score again. Whenever I get the ball, I want to do something. So, for me, in my mind, I don't see it like that. I find it hard. But I know what you mean. In some games, you are going to be like, listen, just hold the ball. And there's different tactics, of course. Like, let's keep the ball. We don't need to do this and we don't need to do that. Let's just relax a bit. So it does happen. You can't just go gung-ho in every game and pressure up the place to get goals as many as you can. You're damn right. That does happen as well. But in terms of when you get in the positions to do bits,
that's different.
Yeah, it's the last few minutes of a game, last few minutes of a first half, second half, and all that. So yeah, that's what I would say. But anyway, who came on early on? Because we had Sabitzer came on, Sancho came on, Dalot came on, and Elanga came on. And then Lindelof also came on. So all came on though. I don't think anyone got any kind of ratings more other than a 6.
No, they all played 6s. Lindelof was definitely a 6. Do you know what? I'll give Elanga, out of all of them, Elanga gets his flowers for that one.
He looked more lively.
He looked lively. He looked like he wanted to do something. But again, decision making weak. Should have slipped the ball through instead of having a shot.
Yeah.
Sancho.
He was offside for that one, wasn't he? So he couldn't. There's no point. Who cares if he passed it?
So they're all 5s and 6s, much of much. That's what I mean. Like the game, maybe not individually, but the team as a whole know that they're 3-0 up. Then they score. They're 4-1 up. They score again. They know they've got a 4-goal buffer. You can just feel the desire's the wrong word, but it isn't like you're searching for that goal with a minute to go to get through. You know what I mean? It is what you're saying. Keep hold of the ball. No high impact stuff. No injuries. No losing the ball and fouling, getting yellow cards. Quiet game for everyone at the end of the day, but a solid win, mate. And mate, keep having. You know what I mean? No, it's another clean sheet. So all good signs, mate. All good signs. No red card this week as well, which is nice for Casemiro.
Exactly. Finally. Last but not least, the big man, Eric 10 Harg. I'm going to say after 3, we're going to both say the same thing. One. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3 number.
Go on then.
1, 2, 3, 8.
8. Yeah, there you go. Standard 8, mate. The standard 8, and that last year this would have been 9s because of how bad we're doing, but he's getting dropped down to 8s because this is what I'm expecting now. If his team performed the way he's expected, if his team performed to what he's saying to do, we win. So fair play to him. Faultless.
I think so. I think it's he's just done it again, and it's a clean sheet. He's done what he needs to do, mate. And there's nothing more you can say when it's a clean sheet. No. And you've won the game 1-0 away from home, and you've kept the players from getting any yellow cards, and you've given the players game run outs. Like, what more do you want? Malasia's happy. Maguire's happy. He's just played 90 minutes. And all the boys are coming on. Sancho's getting some minutes. Palestri's got extra minutes. Like, everybody's getting minutes. So he's just got a proper system, and he knows his ecosystem to make things work. And he knows once he continues adding to that pot for next season, I cannot wait to see who this guy brings in, because I know he knows the right players to bring in. He knows what he's doing. And let's just chill and let's just watch for the next episode, because can't wait. FA Cup Saturday. That's what we're about. And look, it's going to be a tough one, because we
Sunday, is it?
Sunday. Is it Sunday?
Yeah, I'm sure it is. R4.
Yeah. So playing against Fulham without Casemiro is going to be a tough one. But look, I think we'll be able to handle it. I think we'll be able to win the game. We should be able to edge it. It's at Old Trafford, if I remember rightly. Am I right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
So I expect us to win that game. I think it'll be a tight one, though. I think they'll cause us a few problems because of our midfield. But in the end, we should come away with a victory. But remember, we're going to do
100%, man. 100%. We should be coming away with a victory. Home to Fulham. Everyone's been talking about Fulham a lot recently. Like they're doing well. We're too strong for them, even without Casemiro, mate. But we'll get into it in the pre-match.
Yeah. Well, anyway, thanks a lot for joining us today. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you're new. And we'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Peace out.